This year, the MSc class in Filmbase did 2 feature films. One of them, Poison Pen, a romantic comedy. The other, The Light of Day, which is actually a horror mockumentary. And both of them embrace the concept of green filmmaking. And that meant looking at all aspects of filmmaking, from the costumes, which were in most cases all recycled. We looked at the energy provider, and we tried to use green electricity as much as possible. The scripts, which in fact were provided on iPads, and we tried to avoid paper. We recycled as much as we could on set, and that was successful for the most part. We also had green transport. We had electric cars provided by the ESB. And every aspect of this film we looked at, and in that way we reduced our carbon footprint. I'm here in Henrietta Street, and it's one of the most famous film locations here in Dublin, and it's here that we actually filmed Poison Pen.
We're in 12 Henrietta Street, which has been used over many years as a film location for a lot of films and TV series. Just name them, and they've all been here. Huge productions, both in the house here. The room has been used in the recent Neil Jordan film, for instance, a Byzantine. Very popular as a brothel, gaming house, low-life den, thieves' den, all of those sort of things. And the street in general, because it's a cul-de-sac, gets filled with horses and carriages. And you have the King's Inns beside here, with a great range of historic interiors. So this is a place where there's been a lot of filming. The film industry needs to take leadership, and there is a major figure that has now emerged. Jeremy Irons has done that excellent film on waste. He's supporting Zero Waste Europe. So the film industry itself, at international level and at national level in Ireland, because we have such an active industry here, needs to get at the forefront of reducing waste and reducing energy generation. Well, Poison Pen was different. Could see straight away that different types of lighting appliances were used with different types of bulbs, and there was a clear and a deliberate effort being made to reduce waste and throwaway stuff. So Poison Pen has taken a lead which the industry should not be following, and you should be seeking maximum publicity for that.
So what are the main lessons that we learned from this green production?
Some difficulties with recycling. That was something we didn't anticipate from the start, but turns out a lot of people don't know how to recycle, which I found kind of interesting. So what we did for that was, obviously we had separate bins for kind of food waste and paper and that kind of stuff. So we found that we had to actually tell people exactly what you could put in and not put in each bin. So there was a bit of a struggle for the first few days with that, but I think towards the end everyone kind of realised what they had to do, and it worked out great. I think if we were to do it again, it would be great to have maybe some guidelines. I think it'd be great that if we could kind of release something that maybe our thoughts and like some more information on green filmmaking for everyone, just to make it a more smoother process, I suppose. But no, I think it was definitely positive overall. I think everyone enjoyed it. I don't think it was a hindrance to anyone on set. It's probably more beneficial than anything.
Well, I felt that with The Light of Day, I think as a production posed a lot more issues in terms of approaching it as a green production than say Poison Pen did. Whereas with Poison Pen, you're filming in interiors like Henrietta Street and hotels a lot of the time, which are very clean when you get there. I mean, there's very much more of a sense of keeping the place clean. Whereas much of Light of Day was filmed in warehouses and I think the old Irish Lights building just off Fitzwilliam Square. So a lot of work had to be done in the run-up to actually make these places inhabitable to begin with. As well with the warehouse where a lot of The Light of Day was filmed. It was a necessity to use a generator. There were certain things that we just couldn't get around in terms of attempting to make it a green production. But I feel that the crew ultimately made a pretty good effort at maintaining the green attitude throughout filmmaking. Obviously certain things like the generator just couldn't be avoided. Of all the green filmmaking activities that The Light of Day enacted, I think that the recycling kind of went better as they got on. I think at the start it wasn't quite as, I think a lot of things from the first day took a little while to get rolling, but I think as the production wore on, people became far more conscious of it, especially noted in the reshoots, that people are far more conscious of having to recycle things, put things in the right bins.
The key to good recycling from my experience and our company experience is having a plan and ensuring that everyone understands the plan. and following up with that, of delivering that out to the people that's going to be actually doing the recycling, making sure they know what to do, why they're doing it, and what happens to the various streams. Plus, the key factor is making sure and enforcing that they are doing what they said they're going to do. So it doesn't work unless you have the manpower on site making sure they're doing what they're doing. From my experience, it then takes its own course, so it's a learning curve for everyone.
We've worked with about 3,000 or 4,000 SMEs and various different organisations over the past 5 or 6 years. We've helped them to save, on average, 20% on their energy use. We find simple approaches in energy management work very well, and we have quite a structured approach that we take for companies to make it really easy. So if you're a big company, we have a certain approach. If you're a small company, we have a mini version of that approach. Our role is to promote and assist the development of sustainable energy. So we assist energy users to reduce their energy dependence, and we also work with the wider energy economy in terms of making itself more efficient.
And the remarkable thing is that not only did we use low energy lights, but the owner here, Ian Lumley, a well-known environmentalist, actually switched his account to SSE Electricity, which provides 100% renewable energy.
It's very easy for a film location to switch to 100% green energy supply. A lot of companies, and ourselves obviously included, have 100% green energy tariffs in place. What we've noticed is that in the Republic in particular, it's a growing market. It's not the most popular tariff. Green energy supply comes at a premium in comparison to the regular energy supply, and for us as a company, because 50% of the energy we supply is already from renewable sources for our main products, that is a level of greenness of supply that most companies or indeed domestic premises are very happy to get. But obviously we have customers that are looking for 100% green energy supply, and we have a range of products and tariffs available for them. It's very exciting for us as an energy company to be involved in providing the green energy supply for the new production of Poison Pen, Owen Colfer's adaptation of Owen Colfer's new script. And this location here is stunning.
Most of our locations were in fact in the city centre in Dublin, so it didn't require that much transportation. And in the case of Poison Pen, even when they had to go to London, they actually used the ferry to get across and not aeroplanes, again, which helped to minimise their carbon footprint. Now, in order to actually make this a green production, we enlisted the help of some of the state agencies here in Ireland. We got the help of Panda Waste for the recycling, SEA Ireland, which is Sustainable Energy Agency of Ireland, to help us calculate the carbon footprint, and SSE Electricity, which provided renewable energy for the productions. But there were many lessons that we learned. One was that pre-production is vital. We need to actually educate people about green filmmaking, and sometimes we take for granted that people know how to recycle, that they understand how you can actually green things overall in terms of transport. But for many people, they've worked previously on films which were not so green, and this was an entirely new concept for them. So overall, the experience of green filmmaking has been very positive on both sets. We've learned some very valuable lessons. We've got great assistance from some of the state agencies, and I think on the basis of what we've learned, there's a great future for green filmmaking here in Ireland.